All right, bet we are back. Episode. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I think I beat it. All right. So, all right, we are back. Episode 122 and a half. Episode 3 or 4. The shorts about nothing. Got to check the
Five.
calendar,
I
see what
checked. I
number we're on.
checked.
Oh
I
yeah,
checked.
big
I had
five.
no.
Shout out
I
Reggie
had.
Bush.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I have to listen. The shorts is it kind of all rubbed together.
Yeah.
We're all at home, but we are back. Amazing NBA Finals game. We had to hop in the studio, had to talk about it. Of course, I am back. Drock, show about nothing, nothing ATL Network. Go ahead, introduce, talk to.
What's happening, y'all? This is D-Rock. Y'all know the socials are in the bio. Please go follow, like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate y'all joining. This is the short about something. Just wanted to hop on here and talk about Game 4. I don't know if y'all watched, but if you didn't, please go. Please go
Yeah.
do that. That was a classic masterclass from SGA. It was really a real fun, high intensity game. You could tell the stakes were high. Tyrese Halliburton had 18 and 7, Siakam with 28 and 5. SGA with 35 and 15 in the fourth. We spoke
Yeah.
about last week how J Dub was going to have to help Shea out this week or this game. 27 and
Mhm.
7, exactly what you needed from him. And then Chet is my unsung hero of the game with 14 and 15.
Yeah.
Very great defense in the fourth quarter. Had to switch on Hallie a couple times and
Yeah.
kept him in front of him. Didn't let him get to the basket. Was blocking shots. Was playing through an injury. It was an incredible game, and it. Remember when we said earlier that it felt like somewhat felt like an AAU series because of the crowds, the youthfulness, the style of play.
Yeah.
That game just felt like a high intensity
Yep.
AAU game. Like it was
Facts.
incredible from start to finish. But let's start. We're only gonna be on here for about 15, 20 minutes. If y'all please go subscribe, y'all go look at us. We usually be talking for 2.5 hours. So
Right.
this is hard for us. We be having a lot of thoughts. So we
Right.
gotta compact it real quick. But the first question I have for you is what did you and I'm gonna jump to the fourth quarter real quick and then we can jump back towards the end to the first quarter. But
Mhm.
in the fourth quarter, what did you think about the decision to start switching? Because that's when Shea got going, was when Naismith got switched onto him instead of Nimhard. Nimhard's defense this series has been ridiculous. But
Amazing.
when they made that switch, Shea got the cooking. What do
Yeah.
you think about that, the decision? Do you think that was more coaching or just fatigue?
I think that was coaching, and I think because midway through the fourth, I mean, even through Shea's amazing fourth quarter, you could see what the game plan was for Rick Carlisle in this fourth. Shea had been tired the last 2 games. He was tired in this game. At the end, you're switching everybody, especially on what who they had on the court.
Yeah,
You believe these are good to great defenders at worst,
yeah.
and you're trying to minimize the others for the OKC. You are
Okay.
trying to wear a shade down so much. By the time you get to the fourth quarter, you don't want to trap, you don't want to let him split, you don't want to high hedge so that everyone else can stay in check. If
Hmm.
SGA is just gonna, and you saw it, he finished with, I think it was 17 in the fourth, no assists in the game. Like if he is just gonna put them on his shoulders, you're just gonna win. And that's what I think what the game plan was for both sides, for Rick Carlisle and for Mark Daigneault.
Yeah, absolutely. So I I want to say that it was coaching, but early in the game they were getting around the screen. They were
Mhm.
they were getting skinny, like we spoke about episode 121. They was getting skinny, getting over the screen, and staying with the high intensity defense. And I'm really talking about Nembhard. So from the look of it, I think I do have to agree with you because of how easy they were giving up the switch. It
Right.
wasn't like they weren't trying to not to. So the the trust in Naismith is warranted. He has been really good this playoffs in one-on-one defense and help defense. He has
Right.
just been and he was good last night. I don't even want to just
Facts.
act like that like an all-time player potentially had an all-time moment and you just were on
Mhm.
the other end of that. It happens. It's happened to Shane Battier, Ron
Yep.
Artest. We can go Paul Pierce. We can go down the list.
Yeah.
So
Pau Gasol.
yeah, come on now. We can go
Yeah.
down the list. But I I really need Indiana to rethink that because of how well Nimhard has been on SGA. You
Right.
don't want to let him. He has 22 points or 20 points going into the fourth quarter. His
Mhm.
efficiency is very low, nothing to compare to what he was in the regular season. And that everybody in the arena, everybody watching, the commentators all kept pointing to Nimhard for the reason why. So don't go
Yeah.
away from that in the fourth quarter, in the biggest moment of the series, when you can potentially essentially win the series tonight, damn near. And
Yeah, absolutely.
it reminds me of OKC's decision last game and throughout the series not to run their two big lineup and play into their hands. It's like you went into OKC's hands by taking your best defender off of SGA.
Right. Yeah, 1000%. And you did see some really good adjustments for OKC to get Shea the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I 1000% agree. The switching helped OKC so much because they were just struggling to put the ball in his hands when
Yes.
Nemhard was on him. Like
Yes.
everything was a struggle. That's what I felt the first three quarters was like, it felt like, man, and that's why we're just going to talk about the game in general for SGA. The entire game, it felt like, man, someone's gonna have to put that cape on because nothing
Yeah.
is easy right now. Even
Yeah.
J Dub. I mean, salute to J Dub. And especially because you could tell it was really an effort to I gotta help Shea.
Yep.
I got to help Shea. And
Yep.
were there bad moments, missed shots, decisions that were not, star decisions? Yes, but like Kyrie said in the Uncle Drew video and alluding to Shea only having one zero assists, yo, listen, he still gave you 27 in them shits. Like the game is about buckets.
The game is about buckets, man. The game is about buckets. And so I wanna talk about the what you said, the easy buckets.
Mhm.
The intensity in the fourth quarter in the finals, there are no easy buckets.
At all.
Go watch Golden
Yep.
State 2016
Hmm.
versus Cavs. Go
Hmm.
watch 2010 Lakers and Celtics.
Yep.
There are no easy buckets in game 7. I mean, in the fourth quarter of an NBA finals. It just
Facts.
don't work like that, especially
Hmm.
in a moment where it feels like a game 7. You down 2-1 on the road, you're back against the wall. Everything going to be
Yeah.
hard. Every possession matter. Last episode, I spoke about how OKC in certain moments was showing their youthfulness, such as one of the in about 3 minutes, they were down 3. They were on a run, and one pass, we jack up a 3 with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. That's a bad shot.
Right.
In moments like this, that might be all you can get. But
Facts.
what I loved about OKC was SGA is shooting this ball, or J Dub is shooting this ball. It was one of the two. When it got to the last 6 minutes of that fourth quarter, it was like, yo, we dying on the back of our stars. That's all.
Yeah.
We not running no sets. We not
Nope.
worried about driving and kicking the Lou Dort or Case and Wallace. We not
Right.
doing none of that. We going, get me the ball on a matchup I like, and I'm taking us home. And that's
Yep.
exactly what you needed to see from SGA. Because if we're being honest, Indiana looked like they were about to win this game. Indiana had complete control of this game, and
Yep.
people were like, "Oh my God, the Pacers are finna win the finals." They
Yeah.
was getting ready to.
At halftime for the go
No, go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
At
No,
halftime, I literally tweeted like, I was like, this shit might be over. Like it
yeah,
felt over
yes,
at halftime almost for me.
because it felt like throughout the game, it felt like Indiana was having the easiest time. It felt like Indiana was getting the easiest buckets. It felt like Indiana was more in rhythm than OKC. And everything for OKC, like you said, looked hard. And it looks way worse when your best player is making it look like everything is looking hard for him. When your best player
Right.
is really struggling, every bucket is tough, the fouls that he's usually getting aren't getting called, that changes the energy. That changes the vibe of the team because it's like, yo, this Mr. 30 a
Right.
game, Mr. MVP, if he's struggling, that affects our entire team. But luckily, J Dub and that defense kept them afloat. Back to the fourth quarter though. Speak to OKC's defense, man. That fourth quarter was incredible. They were so feisty and so tenacious, and the
Mhm.
defensive rebounding, the pass, staying in the passing lanes, everything was like It was desperation. SGA said in an
Yeah.
interview, we played desperate, and you could see it in that intensity in the defense in the fourth quarter. Speak to that.
Yeah, 1000%. The post game that you mentioned with SGA, when he said we played desperate, that's why we won, and that
Mm.
is 1000% what happened. You saw them. I want to shout out Alex Caruso because he had amazing role player, championship veteran game like you
That's
needed
what you
him to
needed, man.
have,
Needed him to have.
but it set the tone for once the fourth quarter came, you could tell OKC knows we cannot go home 3-1. You
Yeah,
cannot go home 3-1. And
yeah.
you saw that with Chet. And Chet, this is such a big series for the young players on OKC like Chet and J-Dub, because these are the moments that'll help determine your future moments. Like when Chet hits the ground and you could tell he just rolled his ankle, and everybody is like, man, you got to get up. Like, you
Yeah,
got to get up. For him
yeah.
to play through that and play as well as he did, is it physical toughness? Absolutely. But that's upstairs.
Come on now.
That is upstairs,
At
locked
21,
in
22.
at 20. Yeah, literally as a youngin. So you saw a lot of championship signs out of this team. You saw
I
for the first time, I think you saw a lot of championship signs from this team.
So yeah, Chet is 23, my bad. But that is what I wanted to focus on was Chet, bruh, like because we spoke about the two big lineups. So and speaking about that, we spoke about how that kind of takes away your strength as a defense with being so physical, so big. The paint is every time you feel like you got a layup, here come a 7-footer out of nowhere. We coming down, we swatting it. So that kind of
Right.
you lost that. You lost that when you went away from the double big lineup. But last night, Chet made sure we kept that identity. Chet made sure we kept that foundation. And that was so incredible to watch because it was a battle of, like you said, just will and heart and mental toughness. It was nothing more than that.
Right.
In these games, as you watch these games and they get more high intensity and we get longer in the series, and these 20-year-olds have never played 100-game seasons like this, everything is going to be about will. Everything is going to be about your heart. Everything is going to be about mental toughness. And Chet showed last night, this is championship or nothing. This is all-time performance or nothing. 14 and 15 don't seem like a lot, but if you go watch that game, go watch that second half, you see how important those rebounds were. You see how important every bucket was. And what doesn't show up in the stat sheet, I brought it up earlier, was in about 2 minutes left, Indiana was down 2. The first time, Tyrese gets a switch on him. He tries to ISO him, get to the 3 ball, nothing. The second time, it was when they were down 4 and they needed to score really before the shot clock. And he tried to get him to the hole. He had to back it out, wasted a bunch of time, and ended up still not scoring on him. It was 2 straight possessions of Chet guarding the other team's best player and completely shutting it down. It was an incredible effort for the rest of that OKC defense. Lou Dort is always incredible, but it's the toughness in the fourth quarter when my legs is gone. I'm dog tired. This game 103 of the season. I'm still 90 feet. I'm still at half court picking up. It was some possessions Indiana couldn't get the ball in the paint. They couldn't get the ball past the 3-point line. The ball pressure was so high. That was a masterclass of a performance and was why everyone was calling them one of the greatest defenses we've seen in the past 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
What I did have a problem with from Indiana's side was they got away from their offense. And last show, you made an amazing point when we were speaking about the double big lineup. You was like, Tyrese Halliburton don't try to ISO 100 times a game like SGA. But that's what they got into in the fourth quarter. And the problem was, while doing that, they never gave the ball to their best ISO player in Pascal Siakam. Siakam didn't get his shot off for the last 5 minutes of that game. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I think what you're seeing is the adjustment to the adjustment where Indiana is going to it's kind of like it's the genius level coaching basketball. You're in the NBA finals, so it's no good answers for anything. But theoretically, if you know Tyrese Halliburton is going to make the right decision every time, you have to just force him into the right decision for you.
Come on.
So the right decision for a point guard, if I get to switch, I gotta ISO that center.
Yep. Yep.
So and so in the NBA finals, like in the regular season, you are not okay with, hey, you got to chase Tyrese Halliburton for the last 2 minutes of this game. But in the NBA finals, and everyone else on the Indiana Pacers monster offense is watching you and not running around doing that 2014 Spurs shit they do, you just got to tell Chet, hey, you just got to do it. You
Yep.
just got to hold up for 2.5 minutes. It reminded me of, he was hurt, so it wasn't 1-to-1, but like, listen, K Love, you just got to switch on stuff. Like
Yep.
we
Yep.
can't help. Like sometimes, and that's why the NBA finals, and we always bring this up. It's like, bro, who's just gonna get you that bucket, bro? Who is going to stand out there with the world watching and keep your team afloat, keep the ball going in the hoop? Chet played amazing defense, but I think the biggest shot probably he took the whole game was the offensive rebound.
Yep.
Offensive rebound,
Yep.
put it right in the rim. It looked like the
Yes.
biggest play he had had his entire career.
Yes.
He looked 7'5" doing that. Everyone
Yes.
around him looked
Yes.
like kids. It looked like you could feel Chet growing into the player he is
Yes.
going to be. So yeah,
Excellent point.
yeah.
Excellent point. I wrote down in my notes who wanted more.
Who
Like
wanted
that's what
more?
it felt like. Who
Yeah.
who who wanted more, dog?
Yep.
That's as simple as that. Another problem I had with Carlisle, which is crazy because he's been incredible throughout this playoffs.
Fucking
But
Jesus. Yeah.
another problem I had with him was why did Obi come out the game, bro? Obi had
Mhm.
17. He had
Yeah.
17, a lot of big rebounds, and the 17 was an impactful 17.
Loud.
It it was a loud 17
Yeah.
dunks, getting the crowd involved, screaming.
Mhm.
Every time he hit a three, it's like when Josh Smith hit a three in '08 on the Hawks. It was like, yes, like he made it. So
Uh,
you felt his impact. He's a him and TJ McConnell. It's the same thing that TJ McConnell's points and steals. It just means a little bit more. Like every 2 points for Obi is 4 points for Indiana type shit.
facts.
So I didn't understand his decision to take him out the game because the Tyrese to Siakam to Obi 3-on-4 was working so well. And
Right.
not only that, the offensive rebounding he was bringing in, the defensive
Right.
rebounding he was bringing, the way he's able to switch on guards, it
Mhm.
just didn't make sense to take him out of the game in that point. And I think that kind of costed him.
I 1000% agree. I think Obi is a very hard matchup for OKC because he's too strong for Chet and he's too fast for the rest of them. Like if
Yes.
they are big enough, like Jay Williams, like the backup center, to or Isaiah Hartenstein to match him physically, they're not fast enough to stay in front of him. And the people who are fast enough to stay in front of, he's stuffing in the rim, whether it's a layup, whether he's getting all the way to the rim and kicking it out. But
Mhm.
I thought Obi Toppin played an amazing game. The flagrant fouls. Listen, I loved that foul on Alex Caruso.
Me
Not
too.
only because I didn't think it was a flagrant. He played the ball, but the next time Alex Caruso got a breakaway, you saw he had just got a flagrant foul on him to play before because he
Yep.
did not want to go up the same way he did the first time.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
that is the reason you have these playoff fouls. And above all else, I loved his response when Isaiah Hartenstein came over, like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face. Like, it wasn't no layups, nigga. This is the finals. Like, I'm not giving him no layup. Like,
You feel me? You
yeah.
feel me?
I hope he
Yeah.
does close next game. Just to keep that speed in their offense.
Agreed. Agreed. That's a great point. It keeps the speed in the offense. And I'll be honest, Miles Turner wasn't giving you what you need Miles Turner to give him. It wasn't, the jumper wasn't there. He's
Yeah.
not a traditional big where he's going to play with his back to the basket. He's a little soft. So I really think Obi would have been a better person to close rather than Miles Turner in that specific moment. Mathurin on the free throw line, Jesus, Lord have mercy, dog. Like
Yeah.
that was awful because the two free throws you missed, the next possession you get a steal, you down 3. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Your magic it to happen again. So
1,000.
terrible, terrible, terrible missed free throws from him. But this really comes down to OKC's defense to me. This is really like that's the sum of the game for me is OKC's defense in this fourth quarter because everything we're pointing to, Siakam not getting the ball, Tyrese taking bad shots in the last 5 minutes, SGA getting the switches he wants to. Everything comes back down to the defense. Why? SGA getting the switches. You're tired. You don't want to switch no more. You not getting over that screen. You're not fighting this hard.
Right.
Tyrese taking bad shots. Like you said, we gonna make an adjustment to where this is the right play, but it's the it's the best play for us in this moment. Like
Right.
everything you want from OKC's defense, they gave you, and it was truly an all-time performance from SGA. And we can wrap it up with their just a one more excerpt on his performance, especially in the fourth quarter, to bring his team home and really be like, all right, what we gonna do? Best 2 out of 3. Like
Yeah.
really
What the?
bringing that home, because I
Yeah.
want to real quick before you go. Steph Curry, 2022, Kobe, 2000, Mike,
Hmm.
93
Yep.
against the Knicks.
Yep.
Braun did it, I think, against the Spurs.
Dirk
Like
06.
Dirk '06, like everybody has had this moment down to one. I'm on the road. I gotta go bring it home for my team. And SGA just had his Kodak moment.
Yeah. Oh, for the people listening, forgive me. I meant Dirk in 2011 when they were down
Yeah,
2-1.
yeah, yeah. My bad, my
But
bad. 2011, yeah.
because we are the superstar guys. I don't know if you know, like the regular niggas that be talking to me, like one of the main things they have a issue with me is like I'll tell you, listen, that's not a superstar. This is a superstar. Like we get a lot of flack for that. If you want to know if your favorite player is a superstar or if your favorite team has a superstar, ask them, can they do what Shea just did in the NBA Finals?
Say it
if
again.
if
Say it
you can
again.
do what Shea just did in the NBA
Yeah,
Finals, you
yeah.
are a superstar. Chips on the line. I remember it like we're still watching the game. They call timeout. You are down 3. Shea rattled off 9 straight points. Can you do it? No help. Can you do it? No system. Can you do it when they're not calling the fouls? Like that is like and personally, I have been on the Shea foul bait and Shea flopping thing, but we crying about a push off. Fam, y'all are pushing me up and down the court the entire game. Either we play this is the NBA finals. Y'all want to play physical, we gonna play physical. And that is the thing. Like when the chips are down, fam, like for the people listening, look over Daniel left shoulder. Niggas not calling no Mike push off. Play defense. Be on balance. That's
Come
what's
on
so
now.
crazy about
Come on
Shea.
now.
And this is why I love the finals because it's like it's climactic like a movie. Like Shea pushed that nigga so hard, he had to get himself back on balance. Like he was getting open no matter what. And that is the difference between your stars and your superstars because a superstar says we're not losing that game on the road, NBA finals. The Pacers are running reverse elevator screens versus a 2-3 defense, getting wide open mid ranges. It's a bunch of crazy shit going on. No one knows what Rick Carlisle is sending diagonal double teams from the wing that no one has ever seen in his life. Like the last person to see that coverage was Kobe. Like, and
Yeah.
he 35 points in war. Like that 35-37 feel like 80 when you look at how hard everyone is trying to score, including SGA. There were several plays where Nemhard is playing good defense and he just won't stop. He just won't give up. He just won't give up. Like, and if that is what a superstar looks like, back against the wall, you look the devil in the eyes at home. Reggie Miller courtside, old niggas courtside flicking
Mark
up.
Jackson, that left shrimp. We in
Yo,
the building.
in the building, niggas taking pictures in the fourth, getting right. They thinking
With
they
Reggie
think they
Miller's son. He next.
yeah, he next up. Like them niggas thinking, oh yeah, we finna go up 3-1. No. Superstar button. And for my Pacers fans, that's what it look like when you don't have a superstar.
Come on now. Come on now.
That's what it looked like when somebody like the system, the defense, the teamwork, all that is really good. But like Katie said about Steph, is it gonna save you in them last 4 minutes when you gotta go out there and guard him? He get
Yo,
lonely on that island, bro. It's
it
nothing
get
Carlisle
lonely
could
over
do.
there. Listen, bro. The game is about buckets. At the end of the day, the
Mhm.
game is about buckets. What SGA did in that fourth quarter is what every person that has ever picked up a basketball dreams of being able to do. If
Yeah.
you've done it in high school, you remember the game. If you've done it in college, you remember the game.
Yep.
If you did it overseas, you remember the game. I'll take it one further. If you did it at Turner Lake Rec Department, you remember
Facts.
the game. Because
Literally.
that's the moment you dream of. But the difference is when the lights get bright, when the ESPN is there,
Hmm.
when TNT is there, NBA TV is there. It's more media here than you've ever seen. It's the loudest the stadium has ever been. And Stephen A. playing solitaire in the stands.
Shout out Stephen A.
Can you make it happen?
Yeah.
They walked into this quarter down 7.
Yep.
Walked into the quarter down 7. 6 minutes go by. You still ain't got the lead. But you made it up. Your defense got you there.
Yep.
Now it's about, yo, we got to string together a run. We have to.
Yep.
9 straight by myself.
Yeah.
I'm a get the switch. Layup.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the switch again. Pass it, get it back. 3 ball.
Trey ball. Yep.
I'm gonna get him on the wing. Oh, KD pull up into the foul. Easy.
Yeah.
You can't stop it. And then to make it pretty, you lucky he didn't get the and one when he did the Kobe reverse pivot on the elbow.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, everything you needed from him, he gave you. Every shot, every bucket, in the moment, in the clutch, with your back against the wall, a sea of yellow. Is nobody in there but you and the 15 guys on that bench. And he brought him home, dog. That is legendary.
Yeah.
If they win this series in 7, this game will be remembered in history because that is what the greats do. He proved he is one of the greatest. And if they win the series and you want to start calling him the best in the world, point to that game.
1,000.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Like you said, Jalen Brunson, can you do that? Anthony Edwards, can you do that? Luka Doncic, can you do that?
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama, Jalen Green, can you do that?
Yeah.
Because it's only been a few. It's only been a few. Your Jokic, your Giannis, your Steph, your LeBron, your KDs. It's only about 5 or 6 in the league that's done it.
Exactly.
He just showed you what it looked like.
Yeah.
That was a masterclass. Complete masterclass.
Start to finish, beautiful. And listen, the niggas complaining. Shout out to T. Niggas complaining about assists. I ain't hearing none of that shit. I ain't hearing. Don't swing the rock. Like we're about to wrap it up, but I think just the last thing I had was one of my favorite moments in the game, and this is why I always love and praise veterans like Alex Caruso. Mid third quarter, Alex Caruso is bringing the ball up for Shea, and them niggas stand at half court for 10 seconds to get him the ball. We're not reversing the screen. Nobody else is coming to get that shit. We don't care what we are about to do. Y'all are not denying this nigga the ball right now. And that is something a veteran knows. It's like, yo, we down 4. I'm not swinging this shit to Case and Wallace right now.
And that's exactly why I tell y'all Minnesota needs a point guard.
Exactly.
That's exactly why I tell y'all need to. And 2 things. 1, the assist thing. I don't care. Mainly, this whole offense works because of me.
Yep.
This whole offense works because of me. You know how many buckets Caruso got just because I'm in the corner and they can't help? You know how many buckets Chet got, Isaiah got, Wiggins got because I got to get trapped on the pick and roll? You know how many buckets I've done created in 3 or 4 situations? So if I don't got an assist on the tally, I promise I don't create an offense for other people today. So get that out of here. And the push-off. Shut up, dog. We in the finals, man. You crying about a push-off with 2 minutes to go in the finals?
Literally, bro.
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
A push-off, bro.
A push-off, dog. Have you ever played pickup? Yo, nigga, you better stay on your feet. Niggas crazy?
Yo, niggas will complain about a push-off and be like, yo, I miss when Mike and Kobe played. Have you ever watched them niggas ISO? What?
Nigga, LeBron, big ass shoulders, been pushing niggas into the stands his whole career, nigga. If y'all don't man the fuck up, what are you talking about? And then the thing is, nigga, the shot was still contested. He still hit a fadeaway over a contest. Stop crying, man.
Nigga, that shit is a bucket, nigga.
What you talking about, man? What you talking about? Yo. But that was incredible, bro. We had to get on here. That game was too good not to. Yeah. And salute to SGA. Salute to the Indiana Pacers. Real quick on the music side, I just got to shout out 2 Chainz real quick. He dropped 2 new songs. One was with the Jermaine Dupri. I don't know if y'all seen the Magic City tape that Jermaine Dupri putting together with all the Atlanta artists, but he just dropped a song with T.I., Young Dro, and 2 Chainz Crazy. And then 2 Chainz has like a mini short coming out, and he's been releasing singles with it. That's where that In the A with Ron Isley comes from. He dropped another song with Neo yesterday, Insanity. 4 Bats and Wale dropped the song Crazy. Maybe Costa not recognize you after hear that. But yeah. Salute to the NBA Finals, man. Yeah. The presentation can be a little bit better. We're going to have to talk to ESPN about their analysts. and NBC is really gonna make them really
Yeah,
gonna make them step their game up. But
facts.
incredible game, incredible game.
1000%. Amazing game. I'm ready for Monday. I can't believe 2 days without hoop is gonna be tough, but man,
No NBA Finals game on Father's Day is asinine. That's asinine. Why is there not a 3:30 Finals game on NBA Finals on Father's Day?
one of the
Because
best NBA Finals moments ever happened on Father's Day, by the way. Like,
and you just had the games where you gave them 1 day in between. Why didn't you make this the week where you do two in between and then you do the 1 day in between on Friday and Saturday? Like it's like the NBA be making me angry, dog. It don't make no
yeah,
sense. No
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But
I don't know.
this has been the Short About Something, episode 5. We appreciate y'all. I'm Rock. That's Ish. Please subscribe. Thank you. And salute the SGA, man.
Salute SGA, fam. Yeah.